first round of podcast. Welcome to our podcast. I'm Liz.
I'm Martin, and this pod may or may not go up, but we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, we're going to give this a little test run. A few weeks ago. Actually, how long has it been since you've been asking to?
Probably about a year or two.
A little bit longer than a year ago. And I've always said, oh, yes, no. The idea of it has always been, I always told you that. My dad always used to say, I talk too much, but...
And I'm trying to monetize it. No, I'm kidding.
Well, he said, I can see you being a radio host one day. And I was like, I thought he was just making fun of me. When I was young and, I don't know, I used to talk a lot. He'd be like, yeah, you can work at a radio station. But I never really took it as a compliment. I didn't think that was a career. And then now that I'm all grown up and I listen to podcasts on a daily, I'm like...
Yeah, and I feel like radio hosts are going out of, like, style. Like, because I used to remember, like, I used to go to... Like, just, how we talk about whenever we were little, we would sit down and watch, like, cartoons or whatever. I would also remember very vividly, like, going to, like, my mom dropping me off at school. The same shows would always be on. And it would be, there was this one that was called, what was it called? Dang it. It was called, What You Doing at the Courthouse. And they would always, like, show up at a courthouse and they would be like, hey, man, so what happened? He's like, the officer caught me with some weed, but it wasn't mine. He's like, oh, so what's happening? Are you going to get arrested or what? He's like, I hope not. Like, they would always, like, just find, like, the dumbest people.
I don't think they're going out of style, though. I think they're very much still alive. I used to say that because in my communication classes, back when I was in college, they would, there's so many forms of communication, right? And, like, for one, this is one of them. But, the way that messages are, put across, whether it's a radio platform or podcast form, songs, stuff like that. Like, I don't think any of those will ever go out of style because there's always an audience for it.
I guess what I meant is, like, when was the last time you were actually, like, turned on the radio?
No, I agree with you. And I remember I was making the argument of, radio is going to go out of business soon. Like, you have all these streaming services. Like, no one's using, no one's turning on the radio nowadays. Like, no one's listening to the radio. Everyone's on Spotify or Apple Music. But my professor did make me realize that although we don't listen, this generation doesn't listen to radio, there are other generations that do. And like you said, maybe it's a little nostalgic to still have those radio shows on, just like you said, like, there's a lot of people who prefer it. A lot of people don't like choosing their own music and just like to turn on the radio and see what's happening. That's how a lot of people get their news, like NPR.
Yeah, but that's also like a podcast. And
it is a podcast.
I guess I'm saying that it's going out of style because, like, I mean, like, every other generation, like, you go out of style. You know what I mean? Like, it's gonna start, like, those people are gonna start going away, and then, like, I feel like the new generation doesn't really listen to the radio as much or anything really, you know what I mean? I don't know, or am I not making sense? Because I feel like even, like, how I used to, like, figure out what kind of new music was out there, I would, like, just by listening to the radio. But now, like, on Spotify they have the what is it called?
Like morning commutes.
Yeah, that, and then also the, what is it? Oh my god, I can't remember what it's called. The Rap Caviar.
Yeah, but those are playlists curated based on what's popular, right?
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. That's how I find my new music now, because they don't put only songs that They put
right, but it's like I still feel like the radio is still very much important to recording artists because you still hear artists who are, like, new up and coming who get excited because their song is on the radio. Like, why would a label care so much that their song is played on the radio if it didn't mean anything? I feel like
you're right about that. The artists do care about it, their songs on the radio, but I feel like the listeners don't care about it. Like for example, I heard, like, somebody was saying something about the Oscars, how nobody really cares about those award shows, nobody even watches them or whatever. But then also how the actual artists do care. I mean, not the artists, the actual actors do care about the Oscars because they're the ones that want to say, like, wait, is the Oscars the Oscars are the movies, right? When you win an Oscar, yeah, that's for movies.
I think so.
Yeah, so people don't care really about the Oscars, like the general population, just because, like, it's like, I mean,
okay, now you're talking about shows.
No, I know, but I'm saying how that translates into music is because artists do care if their song's on the radio because, like, whoa, it's on the radio. But then also, like the new generation kind of doesn't listen to the radio as much. They're much more likely to be streaming their music, which in the same way I'm comparing it to the Oscars, where the general population doesn't care about that, the Oscars, the show, or any of that, like not caring how many Oscars you have. But if you're in the industry, it does matter, because like, dude, I'm an Oscar winning actor, like hire me for the next movie, you know? You know what the comparison I'm making?
I understand what you're saying. I guess I'd be interested more to see like what the studies predict in 20 years, when maybe like the people who still listen to the radio. Again, I feel like there's a certain amount of people in every generation that still listen to the radio. I mean, that's just, I don't think it's ever going to go away, but I think what you're saying is not as many people listen to it maybe as much as before.
Yeah.
I just don't ever see it going away. But, and you know, I mean, like, what's that one show, that New York show with,
The Breakfast Club?
Yes, like The Breakfast Club.
But they're...
Like, they are an active radio station in New York, but they've also managed to platform their radio show into YouTube and podcast forms, I feel like.
Okay.
So they're able to...
Do you know the names of the people on that show?
Oh, yes, I did, but I just don't listen to them as often.
Who's the main guy that you know off of there?
Well, you just said him.
Who?
You just said him.
The main guy?
Yeah.
Who is it? Well, not the main guy, but I mean, like, do you know anybody? Like, any name?
Yes, it's 3 of them. It's that girl.
Uh-huh.
And the bald guy who's a DJ, who used to be a DJ or something. And then DJ NB, is that his name?
There's one, yeah.
And then I don't know her name. And then Charlemagne the God.
Yeah, well, Charlemagne the God, he records 2 podcasts outside of that show.
No, I know that.
Because he knows that the radio's going out of business.
Okay, well, that's fine. But that's what I'm saying. It's like, this was 3 years ago when I was in college.
Yeah.
I was doing a paper. I was writing a paper on, you know, which form of media and communication, you know, I predict is going out of business. And I was writing that paper and doing my research. Again, I don't have it from, you know, memory of what it said, but I was kind of backtracking on my argument, because I was like, yeah, I felt like I was just seeing it from my point of view and not from like all these other generations and like age groups that and demographics. Because a lot of people, like, you would think that because you and all your friends and your mom, your dad, your sister, they all listen to music from like their streaming services. A lot of people still can't afford those things. Like, a lot of people still rely on radio and radio forms of communication for...
Yeah, I mean, I kind of agree with you there, where like, I don't think they will ever go out of business. Well, I don't even know if that's the thing. Like,
not like, I don't think it's gonna die ever. I just don't think that the same demographics are always going to be the same. Like, currently now, like, they're always going to be changing.
Yeah, but then I'm starting to think
the consumers, I feel.
I'm starting to think now, because you say some of these people can afford streaming services, but isn't like Spotify free?
It is, but to a certain extent, right? You still have to go through, like, there's some roadblocks to free stuff, right? You have to watch ads, you have to sit through those ads or whatever, or like...
And that's a radio too, though. A radio has to have ads.
Yeah, but it's...
then if you come to, like...
But now you're talking about you need internet for your phone to even, you know, stream Spotify. Whereas, again, a radio in your car...
Yeah, it goes through the airwaves.
Yeah. You don't have to think about it. You don't have to pay for it. It's, like, kind of there.
Okay. I mean, I feel like you're wrong, but I mean, still, I'm going to let you. I mean, I'm just saying, I'm being honest. I don't think...
Well, you don't have to say I'm wrong. I mean, I'm telling you,
Your thoughts?
No, yeah, this is not a right or wrong. I'm just saying what I've also thought about, but you know, I can see both sides of the script. I'm just saying that, like, when I made that argument to my film and media professor, he quickly shut that down, because I was making a case that, yeah, radio's going to die. And, you know, it all started with Rhapsody and then like all these other, you know.
Your professor was for saying that radio will never die.
Yes, he was.
Oh, wow.
Yes. And I was saying, and mind you, he was actually a reporter, a traveling reporter for CNN for so many years. Mm-hmm. He like went abroad and, you know, I think he even said he like did some work with like troops abroad, and so he got to travel a lot and got to see a lot, and so he's very experienced in the film and media industry. And again, like when I made that argument to him, he was like, you don't know what you're talking about. And I was like, are you sure? But see, I was seeing it from my millennial eyes, where like the internet is where I grew up in, where he didn't.
But
He
then
was kind
also
of,
like, I mean, that also gets you thinking like how Amazon is like destroying, like, you know, like Sears and Macy's and all these big stores that used to, like Forever 21 and all that stuff, that they're all going out of business or whatever. People would, I mean, don't you think that argument would kind of like be the same? Like, oh, don't you need the internet to order something off of Amazon? You know what I mean?
but yeah, but we're not talking about Amazon. Now you're getting into something else.
No, but I'm saying like how your argument for the radio will never go out of business is because like,
I don't think it will, and you think it will. So let's just end there. We're not gonna dwell anymore on this, but I'm just saying that the radio will never completely die. And thus, going back to my first thought, my dad always thought I should be a radio host.
hey, here you are.
And
Not
here
in
I
the
am
radio,
trying.
in the podcast form. Oh, look at that.
Again, like, oh my gosh, it's so crazy.
What?
The times that we are in, you know, where podcast is actually a thing. And, you know, as before, I don't even know what a radio host has to do, what kind of things they have to do to be a radio host, because it's not easy. Like,
I don't think nothing's easy. I think you just have to like,
okay, well, of course nothing's easy. Everybody knows that. But
Yeah.
what I'm saying is particularly for that, like, what does it take? Like, do people go to school for that, or?
I think there is school for that, right? Like radio engineering or something like that.
Yeah, there is radio engineering actually. Yeah, you're right. One of my friends, she was actually studying communications with me. We had a couple class together, and her emphasis was media and something. So
Yeah,
that's true. She is a radio engineer. You're right.
But what do you mean? Like, what does it take? Like, what is?
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying, like, before, when they only had radio and podcasts weren't a thing, podcast was just something from like the 2000s, right?
Yeah,
Like, I'm saying, like, back in the day, like, what did people, like, now anybody can pick up a microphone and start a podcast and have it be their own platform. But I'm saying, like, back in the day, like, when people wanted to have their platform, like, they had to go through a radio.
I feel like it would have to be like kind of like Hollywood, like how they are, where you have to know people and then have to get like an internship or like start to know people. I guess like try to get connections to where you can start like having maybe like a short segment on a radio show or something.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Move forward, I guess, up in that.
Yeah, because like I think about like Howard Stern again. Believe it or not, I don't know if you've ever listened to.
I've never listened to Howard Stern.
I've never listened to.
Yeah, I've never listened to him. I've
never listened to him, but I always hear how big he is and how big he is in the radio world, I guess.
Yeah, with Sirius XM.
Yeah, but again, you have to pay for that?
Yeah, digital.
I remember when Sirius
radio,
XM.
satellite radio, I think that's what
Yeah, I guess. Whatever.
I don't know what it is.
Who? Sorry. Watch us get canceled for this first app.
No, but then also I also remember like I mean, sorry, not remember, but I feel like the way that it is now, like podcast and how YouTube and people making their own content, I feel like that's so much better than,
I love it.
Yeah, exactly. Because I also feel like, I mean, I don't know about you, but like, you know how I'm really deep into like photography and like filmmaking and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. Like some of the short films that I watch on YouTube, I'm like, dude,
they're ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, like,
and they're like homemade.
Yeah,
it took like a box of old Kleenex and a few paper clips, and they made like this stop motion masterpiece.
Okay, no,
don't. But I mean, if you're a true filmmaker, you can make a film out of anything. I feel like, or movies out of anything.
I guess like storytelling in one way. But
yeah, because wasn't that a big thing in YouTube back in the day? Like when people were kind of like dipping their feet into.
What do you mean, like
short films, like short movies, on YouTube?
Yes, I mean, no, yeah. I guess all I wanted to say. All I'm trying to say, I guess, is that like how the gatekeepers are no longer there, and how people are just making like amazing content, like amazing films. Like I know a lot of YouTubers that kind of start off like doing vlogs, right? But their main goal, like their last goal, is to like create like short films or become a producer or something like that. Mm-hmm. But like they never get picked up by Hollywood, so they start just like with their own gear. I mean, because these companies like sponsor like these videographers, these YouTubers with lights, cameras, lenses, and then they use all of the stuff they're getting and then actually begin to use All that gear for like creating content, like creating an actual like short film or whatever, and I just think it's amazing like how they're doing it. And then these cameras that are coming out are just like ridiculous. Like every single time they get more and more crazier. And again, like also like that barrier where you needed to have like this crazy equipment to and that's another thing. Like YouTube, the way YouTube is right now, like it's making these what do you call it, these not accessory but like lighting and audio companies make better quality items for a cheaper price, so that people like us can have great quality microphones without having to like break the bank with some crazy $800 boom mics or something like that, where we can have something like this that's like really accessible, really easy to use, and we don't have to know anything about audio engineering, you know?
Yeah.
Like everything, like just breaking that barrier of entry. I feel like it breaks down the barrier of entry to all the gear, all the
well, the opportunities.
Yeah, all the opportunities you had, which is freaking amazing, I think. But yeah, I mean,
so yeah, here I am pursuing my dad's long dream of mine. I'm very excited. But yeah, never did I think I was going to start one. We'll see how this goes. I mean, I'm such a chatterbox. Like I like to talk all the time. And I feel like this is also going to bring us a little bit closer because, you know, our busy schedules are never aligning and we're always like kind of squeezing in time to talk.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that this is also kind of like, gee, make it sound like it's the worst thing in the world.
I know. Well, so for all of our listeners that are listening, me and my girlfriend like have a long distance relationship.
Oh yeah, did we mention we're boyfriend girlfriend? Hi.
No, we did. Hi. This is my girlfriend. No, but yeah, we're in a long distance relationship, and then so like I get off of work, then like I eat, then I like do some studying, and then I call her for like 30 minutes, and then I'm like, okay, so I'm gonna go to sleep now, and then we kind of don't talk about it.
Yeah, and I just like I said, I'm a very like I always have something to say. Maybe it's not urgent, maybe it is urgent, maybe it's just a little goss, you know, little girl goss. Why not? Yeah. Boy goss. Hey, you got some boy goss too sometimes. That's some things you just gotta get out of your.
I'm talk to you about the new the Falcon and the Winter Soldier series that came out on Disney Plus.
Absolutely not.
Babe, why not? We have a podcast. We have to talk about
I don't want to talk about that.
We have to talk about the new pop.
I'm sure somebody will listen to that. I'll just sit here and kind of tune it out.
Give you a breakdown like of episode 1. The cool thing about this, like the new what Disney's doing with their like superhero movies. Well, not superhero movies, but their superhero shows.
Oh god, it's starting. Okay, tuning out in 3, 2.
No. I know, but I'm saying like the way they're doing it is like they're doing them like mini movies.
Oh, you're serious?
And then oh my god. So we're not gonna talk about that.
No, what? They're doing mini movies?
No, they're getting like each other. You know the Avengers. Like I mean, not obviously not done by character or whatever, but so they're using the kind of like the Avengers, the ones that didn't really get that much like screen time. I feel like.
Okay.
And they're making like short, like 9 episode series of them, and then by like making each episode like really freaking good, and then they're releasing them like by every week. So like on Friday, like
Disney
you can't,
huh? Disney Plus,
yeah. You can't binge watch them because they don't do it like that. They don't go by that.
Well, but after the episode has aired, it stays on the app.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
But you can't binge watch it as in like they drop all 10 episodes.
Yeah. But I mean, yeah.
I wonder if they're doing that because like maybe they don't want people to like binge watch it and then unsubscribe. And then wait till the next month.
But I mean, I feel like, for example, like, do you know when how many more episodes are left? Because maybe there are people who are waiting.
They're like 9 or 10.
Yeah, like me. Like, I'm not subscribed to Disney Plus, but maybe I can wait till the very last one is. I just
thought of that. Like, that's pretty freaking, like, kind of smart. Like, really.
Yeah, because, I mean, if you don't care about missing out, you know, in real time of the releases.
No. I'm saying, like, to keep people subscribed. Because have you done that before? Like, subscribe to something for, like, one, like, just so you can like access whatever you want to watch and then unsubscribe real quick.
Yeah, with HBO anytime. I was trying to catch up on Insecure.
Yeah. Okay. So that's what I'm saying. Like,
Love that show.
so that's what I'm saying. Like, if you release them every week, then if you have 10 episodes, that's at least 2 months. You know. And there's no way you're gonna subscribe because you're still waiting on the next episode, the next month. I mean, the next week. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
But like I said, like maybe there are people who don't really care to watch it in real time, and 2 minutes later they subscribe, get the free trial, and binge watch it in 7 days.
Oh, so okay, but see, if you're gonna do that, then you have to wait like 2 months until all of them are up there.
Right, which is what I'm saying. For those people who don't care to watch them in real time and
But then what about
can wait, then you can wait to the once that last episode drops.
Yeah.
And then subscribe for the free trial. Do they even have a free trial? I don't think
I mean, you get one free trial, but you're not gonna do that for every show that comes up on Disney Plus.
Yes, but we're talking about this one in particular.
Well, the thing is that the previous show before this, the Winter Soldier and the Falcon or whatever, was WandaVision, and as soon as that one ended, this one kicked off.
Okay.
So that's what I'm saying. Like,
so maybe it is like a little marketing. Like maybe you are if those who are sticking around for the free trial maybe end up being a full-time subscriber afterwards because you don't want to miss out on what's coming up if they liked it enough. Although WandaVision, I mean, look, I know you watched it all the way through and you really liked it.
Okay,
but I watched the first... Okay,
you can't talk mess if you haven't even watched.
No, I'm going to talk my mess because this is what I have this platform for. Or else what did I buy this recorder for?
All right, go ahead.
But no, I didn't really... the first episode kind of caught me off guard because I was like, are we really playing dumb here?
Oh, because it was black and white and stuff?
Well, not because it's black and white. I didn't really...
Well, explain to the people what was wrong with it. Like, what did you see that it was wrong? Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
So I thought it was just silly how... It was kind of just like based in, I don't know what decade. It was like, I don't know, 50s, 60s, black and white. But that's not what kind of threw me off. What threw me off was I didn't know, because it is such a new show, I wasn't sure, why it was playing silly. Like, oh, like she's using all these magic powers in the kitchen and someone hears a loud thump and everybody's like, what's going on? And it's like, they try to act really like dumb, like, oh, it's nothing, blah, blah, blah. And it's just like, I just didn't know what, again, I didn't have any context of what this show would be about. I didn't know what WandaVision would be about. So I was just like, when I click on it, I'm like, do I take this series or is this kind of like I don't know, like one of those old, shows where it's just like the viewer is supposed to pretend like.
And to what episode did you watch?
The second episode. And the second episode, it was still kind of that.
Yeah, so that's because the thing, guys, the episode starts like first and second and third episode are all black and white, and they're all based like on a 50s sitcom, which is kind of like, like really dorky and silly.
It's so dorky. But again, I didn't know that's what I was going to get into, so I figured.
And I think it caught everybody by surprise because nobody knew. Like, that's not
okay. Like there wasn't like any trailer or anything like that?
Oh, no, there was trailers.
Okay.
There was trailers, and I mean, but obviously Disney makes it look really cool, right? Like, like this mysterious, why is it black and white? Why is it in the 50s? But once you start watching it, you're kind of like, what the heck? Like, why is this? Yeah, like you said, like, why is this?
Yeah, I was just confused, and then I started watching the second episode, and I saw that it was just kind of still the same. I'm like, well, I wasn't really looking for a sitcom, but then you said that it got better afterwards.
Yeah, I think the third episode or the fourth episode, they explain why everything is like that. Because
I should have stuck around.
Because Wanda, the Scarlet Witch, she made this like big dome where she kind of like took over a whole like little town and basically made it into a sitcom. Because Vision, the guy that she loved, died. And
did we have to put spoiler alert?
I mean, spoiler alert, but it's already been out like for like the last 3 months. So if you missed it,
whoops! Sorry, there goes your spoiler.
Yeah. Well, but even then, like, it's not really a spoiler alert. It's just saying like why is it black and white? I'm only explaining why. I mean, I'm not releasing anything of the storyline that has nothing to do with the whole storyline. But yeah, basically, she made a dome because Vision died in the movie. So the movie's been out for like a couple of years now. So in the movie, Vision dies, and Wanda the witch creates this dome, and now she made it into a 50 sitcom, which makes him come back to life, and she can interact with him, but only in that dome.
Right, because when she leaves out of the dome, it's kind of like her real life, or what?
Outside of the dome is just normal Earth. And the people outside of the dome.
And Vision's not there.
And Vision's dead.
Yikes.
So like the Avengers, I mean not the Avengers,
kind of
but
reminds me of that Wonder Woman we watched over Christmas.
Wonder Woman?
Wonder Woman, right?
Oh, 1984. Oh my god, that movie sucked. Babe, that thing sucked.
I liked it.
I
liked it so much. And mind you, I didn't watch the first how many Wonder Woman movies.
The first Wonder Woman is the best. Like it's
I really like the second one.
But it's because the second one,
because of Pedro Pascal, like
okay,
Pedro, if you're ever
he's
listening,
way better in The Mandalorian. Sorry.
Pedro, if you're ever listening to me, just holler at me. Like, I'm a big fan of yours. But it reminds me of that movie because I didn't know, because I haven't watched any movies, I didn't know that the guy who appears back into her life is
dead.
Yeah. And then the only way she gets to see him is if she kept her wish.
Hey, wait. Don't spoil it. Alert it.
Whatever. It's been 3 months. Again, if you haven't watched it, you haven't watched it.
That's on you,
whatever.
Man.
But again, you would know that if you watched the first one. I didn't know that because I didn't watch the first movie.
But see how that story still holds up even if you don't know what happened in the first one, kind of, if that makes sense.
Well, I guess, yeah. I think you
have to tell me. The only reason I didn't like it was because I guess it was during quarantine. So, like, they didn't have really, like, a lot of time to make, like, the CG, like, the special effects really good. So there's a couple of scenes that kind of, like, threw me off where she's, like, running really fast, but it really looks like she's, like, running on a treadmill or something.
You think that had something to do with it, the quarantine?
I think so.
The CGI?
I feel like a lot of people weren't able to, like, put in their best work in there, like, you know?
But isn't CGI done, like, through computers? Computer and, editing?
You shut up, all right? No, I'm kidding.
I'm just saying,
Don't expose me like that.
I just feel like that's a working from home.
I feel like it had something to do with it. I feel like, I don't know.
I mean, maybe.
Or why would...
Maybe. I mean, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just thinking, like, I don't know what all goes into making a movie. But, of course,
any movie that went wrong in 2020, I'm blaming it on COVID, okay? That's facts.
Also, I don't know if you've noticed, I've been trying to, like, not breathe into this mic because I don't know how much breathing is being picked up. So I'm, like, breathing away.
Oh, no, don't worry about it. Just talk normally.
Heck no. I feel like I'm breathing extra hard because I'm a little nervous. But I'm also holding this mic stand, so I hope there's not a lot being picked up. But I just feel like this is more comfortable than me reaching.
We probably need to get you like one of those little arms that kind of like reach out.
Yeah, probably.
So that way
it's just right in front of me. Because I like to lean back. It makes me feel more comfortable, more at...
But anyways, talking about movies.
Oh.
You know what movie comes out tomorrow?
What?
King Kong versus Godzilla.
Okay, listen. I do not want to... So my boyfriend lives in Houston. Shout out Houston. And I'm currently in town. And we passed by the AMC on Sunday. It's Tuesday today.
And it's popping now.
And we noticed while driving by that there was a few cars out there. And to my surprise, the movie theaters are open back up. As a matter of fact, the entirety of the state, this entire state is back and running. And then I just happened to say, trying to be nice because I'm not a moviegoer or watcher. I tend to fall asleep in movie theaters. That's just who I am, So do I enjoy a good movie? I do.
I think you do, but you like rom-coms and stuff.
I love rom-coms.
Which
I love
is fine, but
I love a good action movie. Like I will go watch like The Avengers and stuff like that just because it's like, it's a cool movie. You don't... Who does... I haven't met anyone who doesn't like The Avengers.
Oh, my dad, he's like, that's not realistic. I'm like, oh, really? What part of it doesn't look realistic?
Oh, you mean their suits?
Yeah.
Oh, because I have one in my closet.
Yeah,
so...
Like, I like how Iron Man does that.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll watch movies like that and obviously stay awake through those. But if it's a movie that I'm not too excited about and it gets kind of cold and I'm a little cozy and I start reclining that chair, I'm definitely going to go to sleep.
But how are you going to go to sleep during King Kong versus Godzilla?
Okay, so back to my story. Martin looks over.
No, I'm saying like, so I'm watching your little recorder.
Oh, am I speaking too loud?
No, I see that sometimes it starts blinking, and I think that's whenever you're peaking. Like,
oh my god! Yeah, so do you think I need to stay away from it a little bit?
No, just don't scream into it.
I need to scream. It's part of my personality.
All right, well then just turn the input thing on the side down. See where it says
input?
Oh
my god!
Turn it like 2 down.
Turn it like 5 down.
Okay.
But yeah. So we were passing by it, and he's like, "Ooh, we should go," and I was like, surprisingly, I was like, "We should go."
No, you said we should go.
Oh, I said
was like,
that?
Wait, what? You want to go to the movies? And then she's like, yeah, we can do one. And I said, well, Godzilla versus King Kong comes out tomorrow. And,
and I said, fuck.
Messed up on that.
I was like, no, anything but that. Oh my gosh, I remember watching one of those movies a long time ago. It was like a King Kong versus Godzilla. And it was one of those...
that movie has not came out yet.
What is it?
I said that movie has not come out yet.
I swear it has. Was it a King Kong movie then?
It was a King Kong movie where he fights dinosaurs. But
it wasn't
none of
Godzilla?
those dinosaurs were Godzilla. No.
Tomato. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know enough. Don't come for me. I'm just saying that I remember watching one of those a while ago. When did it come out?
I'm gonna say like 2012. Or
Okay, that sounds about right, because that's when I used to go more to the movies. You know,
Okay.
as a teen, like that's
Yeah,
really all there is
used
to
to
do.
have
Yeah, I
movies.
mean, I can afford a $7 movie ticket. Like that's all I could afford back in the day. But yeah, I remember going to see it, and it was just one of the most boring movies of my life.
A King Kong movie?
A King Kong movie. I was like, what the fuck is this? Do people actually get pleasure in watching this? Like.
Yeah, me.
And then I started dating people.
Okay.
Like you.
Yeah.
And so I mean, I don't know. I'm still kind of I'm indecisive
I
about,
think you would like it. I mean, it's because like
I don't know.
I like it because so the reason I like it is not because if it's realistic or this. I mean, I do like the storylines, but also like you gotta know what kind of movie you're gonna go see. Like this is a monster movie, so I feel like I don't know if it's because of like because I like movies a lot, or I don't know what it is, or like I like filmmaking.
Mm-hmm.
So like I've started to appreciate the different kinds of movies there are. Like
See, and I remember that one time you and I went to go watch Tom Cruise's
007. No, Mission Impossible.
Mission Impossible.
Yes.
Remember, I had just gotten back from France.
Yeah.
And it took place in Paris.
Yeah.
And I was telling you, I was like, oh my gosh, like, look at this. And like, I like the cinematography of a movie. I love it. I live for it. I'm like, when I was a kid, I would, on the DVD box, I would go straight to the behind the scenes. That was my jam. Like, I could not wait for a movie to end because I would go back into the behind the scenes, deleted scenes, all that good stuff. I loved that. And I still do. But I don't know. I just feel like there's some movies that just catch my eye and others that are just like, it's just like a song, right? I feel like, for the most part, like there's no general bad song on the radio, but it's like there's some that you just tune out on the radio.
Oh, gotcha.
Because those are selected already. Those are vetted. So I'm saying on the radio, there's no bad song on the radio, but there's just songs that you just don't like.
Yeah.
I feel like that's just kind of my deal with
So
movies.
yeah, so what I was saying, it's like the type of movies that I like. Well, I mean, I started to realize the different types of movies. So like, for example, like King Kong versus Godzilla, that's like a monster movie, right? So
great.
So going with the intentions of watching a monster movie, and then, but also like I feel like I watch them because I want to support those kinds of movies. And there's also like when was the
Where
last
do you
time...
think your support's going?
No, I know, but I'm saying like I want to see
teasing.
more of them. Like for example, like zombie movies. Like they've been kind of slacking a little bit. No, I haven't seen a lot of zombie movies come out.
Zombie movies?
Yeah, like I mean, there's one coming out by Zack Snyder. It's gonna be pretty good. Ooh,
my
gosh! You know who was supposed to play a
gosh.
role in that one and got kicked out? Chris D'Elia.
Crystalia?
Yeah, he had a role with Zack Snyder.
Wait, let's unpack this one. Because remember you were just telling me who Zack Snyder was.
Yeah.
Just the other day.
Yeah.
I don't know prior to, when did I get here? Friday? Saturday? It was probably Saturday when you were telling me this. So, up to 3 days. I was 3 days ago years old whenever I found out who Zack Snyder was.
Let the audience know who Zack Snyder is, babes.
Huh?
Let the audience know who Zack Snyder is.
He is the movie director for all...
Not all of them, but some of the most DC superhero movies, a couple of zombie movies.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And I didn't know that. And
he's really
now
well
I
known.
know. And he's incredibly well known. But
just like he's like a household name, just like Michael Bay.
Yeah. And I don't know if that has to do with no, I didn't know. I was going to blame my memory for that, but there was no way and chance I would have known who Zack Snyder was.
That he doesn't direct any of the movies you would be into, I feel like.
You're right. But also, like, the type of movies that I watch are not typically, like, directed by anybody I would...
Well, you wouldn't know.
I wouldn't know.
You wouldn't
I'm
even
trying
know?
to think of I can't even think about the last movie I watched. Okay. I just watched Crazy Rich Asians on the plane. I can't tell you who directed that. That was amazing. That was such a great movie. I like Crazy Rich Asians. I just watched Selena, the movie. Who directed that? I have no idea.
Gotcha. Well, it's because so Zack Snyder like creates a lot of like guy films. Not guy films, but I feel like, you know, like...
How dare you?
No, like more like for example, like he directed the Justice Leagues, Men of Steel.
I feel like, but see, I feel like that's kind of like that's an entire group of people who love DC, that type of movies, like the Marvel peeps, the DC, like there's a lot of people behind that would know those things. It's like, I wouldn't, okay, let me mess this up really quick. Hold on. It's like saying, who is part of the Avengers? Well, someone who's into the Avengers would know who's part of the Avengers, but someone who isn't into that wouldn't know. I can't tell you from the top of my head.
Like who would be an Avenger?
Yeah, I just know Captain America.
Okay. Keep going.
I don't know.
One more, come on.
But you see what I'm saying, though? Like, those type of people would know who Zack Snyder is. Yeah. I don't. I watch, like, every other Avengers movie that comes out.
Okay. But Zack Snyder has not done any Avengers movies.
Oh, my God. You see what I'm saying? Okay, so what kind of movies does he make? Who created the Avengers?
The Avengers?
Or not created, but who directed it?
Directed the Avengers? I can't tell you off the top of my head, but...
Google it. I see you on your laptop.
So let me see. Avengers...
Oh, okay. Director. See, I completely had it all wrong, but
No, I was talking, like, Zack Snyder has done, like, 300, Wonder Woman, like, all of those. He, like, makes really dark films. He's known because of his, like, editing.
Oh, his, like, the way he...
Yeah. Oh, yeah. This one was done by, like, the Russo brothers and...
The Russo brothers,
yeah,
yes.
And Joss Whedon.
See, I know. I've heard of them.
Oh, they made it something really good, too. The Russo brothers. Stranger Things.
Oh, I've only watched a couple episodes of that. Because of Winona Ryder. When I found out Winona Ryder was in Stranger Things, I hopped on it quick, but I just didn't finish it. I love Winona Ryder. Can we talk about her 90s movies? Like, something, again, you're not into? Let's just have a moment to appreciate Winona and all her greatness. And she's so pretty. Love her. Are you still clicking over there?
Sorry, I was looking at the Stranger Things, like, season 4 when that comes out.
Oh, when's it coming out?
Stranger Things release date. Shoot, it's coming out this year.
Oh, sure. Okay. You know what else is coming out pretty soon?
What?
Something, again, you don't watch, but I very much like.
The Bachelor.
Ew, no.
Okay, when does that come out? Is that out already?
I just finished my second season of The Bachelor. I've never watched The Bachelor before, never in my life, but I kind of cave into trash TV, and here I am 2 seasons later, but that's not the point. That's beside the point.
What comes out?
Luis Miguel, the series, season 2. Baby, let's go.
Luis Miguel.
Yeah, with a child.
Dang, see, I wouldn't know nothing about that.
That's my boy. We love him, appreciate him.
Luis Miguel, so that's going to be like a docu-series?
So this is actually a series, like I'm trying to think what other series you would know.
Like storytelling of his life? Or
yeah, kind of just like a reenactment.
Would you say it's something like, damn, this is a bad example, but like kind of like Leaving Neverland, like Michael Jackson kind of thing?
No, it's not like that. It's because like there's actual like paid actors to play every single person in his life.
Oh, wait. So, okay, so like the Selena thing. Remember the
Selena? Yeah, like the Selena series that came out, but I heard wasn't that great. I didn't watch it.
These actors were like not the best.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Don't know. I didn't watch it. I much rather remember Selena for the movie and not for what the series J-Lo? Came out. Yeah. But yes, that's kind of like, or like, did you hear about the Jenny Rivera one?
Jenny Rivera's having a series as well.
They are. She's been having one. It's called La Mariposa de Barrio.
You know what's crazy? I feel like I've never before. I'd never heard anything about Jenny Rivera or anything. But as soon as she died, like things started popping with her name. You started
hearing her about her.
Yeah, I mean, like the Jenny Rivera series or whatever that they had made like a while ago when she was still alive. Apparently they were like filming it like Kim Kardashian style, like the Kardashian style.
Oh no, she did have a reality TV show. Yeah,
which I didn't know.
It was on MTV Tres back in the day. MTV Tres, or now it's called something else. That
well, anyways, like
NBC Universal, I think.
Okay, well, like to the I guess the layman.
It's called I Love Jenny. I Love Jenny is what it was called.
Well, the point I'm trying to make is that like for me that I didn't know nothing about her or whatever, like, I guess she became more mainstream, and then her daughter or her kids like started making like other shows, I feel like.
They
And
followed
then-
up the since after she passed.
And then one of her daughters like kind of like took the mantle, I guess, and started performing or something like that as well, right? She started making music. And then now they're going to come out with a series of her. Like,
they already did.
oh, they already did.
Yeah,
so, yeah, that's what I'm
it's-
saying. Like, she started popping more when she died, which is kind of sad.
I mean,
Or not?
I don't know if it's sad. And I feel like she was popping when she was still alive. But again, I feel like we were too young to be even listening to that music. Because now I listen to more like norteña banda that I feel like was popping back in the day. But I feel like back in the day I wasn't too focused on that kind of music. I feel like she was pretty big in her own time, though, because she was one of the first females in our time to be singing that kind of music, regional, banda, rancheras type of thing like that. And she was very well known for how outspoken she was on stage, and, you know, how playful, and, you know, things that men would do, she would do times two. You know, she was very like that. So I feel like she was well known, but I just feel like now the way her legacy is being carried on is being done by her children, by the series, Chiquis singing, and all
Yeah,
that
there you
stuff.
go. That's the girl. Chiquis or whatever.
Chiquis Rivera.
Yeah.
I don't even think they're still doing, because after Jenny Rivera passed, I think they put a stop to I Love Jenny, and they started filming the Riveras.
And the I Love Jenny was the actual like Kim Kardashian kind of style.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Like Mexican style.
But anyway, yes, Luis Miguel will be coming out, I think, here in April, here in a few weeks. So I'm really excited about that. But yeah, aside from that, I don't have anything else that I'm watching or anything else that I'm looking forward to.
I'm looking forward to that new zombie movie that Chris D'Elia was supposed to be in.
Oh yeah, what's it called?
The Land. No. Fudge. Oh my God. Now I'm blanking. It's called.
You said it was by the Russo brothers?
No, by Zack Snyder.
Oh, Zack Snyder.
Jesus.
Can you imagine if I said tomato? People would kill me and drag me by my weave.
No, it's not the same thing. You can't say that.
No, it's not the same thing. I know.
Zombie. Hold on, typing it up. Zombie.
Now I have to go through a list of like Zack Snyder movies. Hold on, I'm
But
going
you
to do a
wouldn't
quick
even you wouldn't even
Google.
like them. I feel like.
You don't know that. There's a lot of movies that I've watched in my lifetime that you don't know of.
Army of the Dead. That's what it's called. Army of the Dead. It has Dave Bautista. You know who Dave Bautista is?
Sure.
From the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Sure.
The big muscular guy.
Sure.
But okay, don't say sure.
I'll
say
no,
yes or
I'll
no.
just have to see. I'll just have to see a picture because I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
Well, yeah.
names like
Anyways,
that.
the Army of the Dead is gonna come out soon as well, if I believe in May. And it's about kind of like they're in quarantine. I feel like. Okay, so you know how a lot of movies.
Jesus, he made the Superman movie, or he directed the Superman movie from the 80s. How old is this guy?
He's like in his 40s or 50s.
83, 87? I guess he's not that old. No, he's not old, but I'm just saying. He has 8 children? Golly.
He's got a Hollywood movie money. He's
Oh.
55.
Huh?
He's 55.
Oh, he's 55. Okay. I can see that. But yeah, I've watched 300. I watched Suicide Squad.
Yep.
Let's see.
What did you think about Suicide Squad? Did you like that?
No, I didn't.
Oh, there's a new one coming out.
Yeah, I heard. Won't be watching that.
But it's like different because...
Why is...
What?
Uh-huh.
Oh, no, it's different because it's different characters now.
Yeah, it's not going to be the same ones. And didn't, what's his name, get upset because he wasn't going to be in it?
Jared Leto?
Yeah.
Jared Leto?
Yikes.
Dude, I didn't know Jared Leto
Cannot
was the lead singer of 30
relate.
Seconds to Mars.
Yes. Yikes.
That's
Also.
hilarious. How does he laugh?
I'm trying to see what other movies he, but I'm seeing the same ones over and over. But anyway.
I really like how, so the new Suicide Squad, so basically the theme of Suicide Squad is that these are like evil villains that have been captured and in prison, and then they get a deal to go take out this big evil thing that's in the world. And if they do their job correctly, they get 10 years off their sentence, which is like kind of crappy, but also like better than just being in a jail cell all day and not doing nothing, right?
Okay.
And so what they're doing is this time the Suicide Squad is going to be like 3 other characters and Harley Quinn. Harley Quinn was in both of them.
Is it Margot Robbie?
Margot Robbie. Yeah.
Is she also going to be there again? Or
so that's what I wanted to say. I find that really cool how Margot Robbie, like, anytime she gets an opportunity to make a movie as Harley Quinn, she's doing it. Which I feel like it's kind of like...
We love her. Like, absolutely stan.
It's like cementing her as Harley Quinn.
Okay.
As in, like, nobody else would be able to, like...
Take that role.
Yeah, take that role and be like, okay, that's kind of like... That's not Margot Robbie, so... Like, we don't accept her as Harley Quinn.
Wait, are you saying that that's a good thing?
Yeah, that's a good thing. That's a badass thing. She's made already, like... she made the Suicide Squad. She made the Harley Quinn... Harley Quinn... Age of... I was going to say Age of Ultron, but that's not right. A Bird's Prey. I think that's
so how many movies do you think she's like...
I think she's done
at least 3?
3 already, yeah.
Oh,
at least 3 already. That's
but,
Harley.
So then how come Jared Leto didn't get picked? What do you think? What happened there? Do you know?
Because he's playing the Joker, and the Joker's been made. I mean, the Joker is like.
Oh, because the Joker hasn't been really solidified by any other actor, so it's kind of been like, tossed around.
Yeah, and like a lot of people are like, we don't like him as the Joker.
I didn't like him either.
And there's a lot of people.
It's like he was barely in the movie.
Yeah, and well, that's another thing that got him pissed because he shot for like a long time.
Right. I wonder what that was. What is the tea there?
I don't know. I mean, in the movie, the Suicide Squad, I mean, there was no real reason for him to be in there longer than he was. I feel like it would have taken too much of the
too much spotlight from the others.
Yeah, because like he was just Harley Quinn's boyfriend, but the whole movie's called the Suicide Squad, so they were focusing on the squad trying to take out that witch. So there was really no reason for him to be in there more, I feel like. And then he got mad because he wanted to be in there more, and it was just like for a while.
He thought it was a movie all about him.
Yeah.
Yikes.
And it's hilarious whenever they ask Will Smith, like, how was it work? Like, how's it
working with him?
Yeah. He's like, well, he never got out of character, so I never really I was never really able to meet him.
Can you imagine? Just somebody? Yeah. Ew.
I feel like that's one of those guys that's like just
he's
too into himself.
To be honest, he looks like he's annoying. Don't know the guy. With peace and love, love him. Don't love him.
He looks like he'll be one of those guys that's like real bossy and acting like, you know, like acting like bigger. Like if he's bigger, like a bigger actor than like Will Smith. You know, like they're like I feel like workers at the set they were like, dude, like Will Smith doesn't even make us do that.
He looks like that kind of person he goes to a Starbucks and expects a free drink, and when he doesn't, he's like, "Do you know who I am?"
Yeah, he looks like the kind of guy that's like name dropping people that he knows.
He's like, "I've been in a movie with Will Smith before. Do you know me?"
He's like, "I actually like met.
I have Oprah's phone number on speed dial right now. Like, do you actually know me? Ew. No, we don't. Don't care. Don't know you."
Yeah.
That's what I would say.
Yeah, that's why I think he doesn't really like do it for me as a Joker, but I mean, we don't need him really to be another.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? I really haven't watched anything else from him, so I don't know what to compare it to or whatever, but I just wasn't impressed, I guess, with that Suicide Squad, so I don't know if I'd be watching it again.
And then also, what else did I want to talk about? Hold on. I was looking through some of these. I'm on Google, like looking through the ship that. Did you hear about the ship that kind of like got stuck in?
Yeah, how odd that everyone is being informed about this. Is it a sea? What is it?
No, it's a canal. So
it's a canal.
There's a canal like in between Africa and I feel like India.
Egypt. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know enough about it, but I've heard of it.
Yeah, well, anyways, like it's a canal that cuts, like, so you don't have to go all the way around Africa. You just go through the canal and like you get to Europe. So like,
I was wanting to say it was Egypt, but I don't know if that's true. Probably
no,
not.
Egypt is in Africa.
Right. So is it
on top of Egypt? Like if you're looking at the map, then it's on top of Egypt. Yeah.
Okay.
So anyways, yeah, if you're gonna get Chinese stuff, Chinese product from Asia to England, you go through the canal, so that way you don't have to go all the way around Africa.
Right. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Cut some time. Probably cheaper.
Yeah. So the ship, the Evergreen, was going through the canal, and the wind started to like shake it. So it went like left, right, and then on the last right, it went a little too hard.
Ooh.
And it got stuck. Like they literally like it you know how a whale goes into the ocean and like like a whale gets beached. You know how Will gets beach and it can't go back into the water? Well, that thing happened to the freaking...
Yeah, weren't they trying to help it out?
Yeah,
and they were
like
pushing it.
And push it. But dude, that's like tons and tons and
it's
tons.
It's like so
weight.
heavy.
Yeah. But anyways, they finally got it out.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
They finally got it out? That's funny because this morning when I woke up, I was on TikTok and I saw a video of it. So I thought it was still happening. How many days was it? Like 3 or 4?
No, it was like 2 weeks.
Oh, it was 2 weeks. Well, I just started hearing about it like 3 days ago. But again, because it wasn't being covered on the media, I feel like. Because right?
It wasn't really affecting the United States. It was just affecting like English people. Like,
yeah, but it was affecting other ships that were trying to make it through, boats, whatever the proper word is.
Yeah, but I feel like if you're sending something from Asia to America, you just sail across the Pacific instead of...
Is that right?
Yeah, it's the Pacific.
Oh, okay. I don't know my ocean. Sorry.
Jesus.
Ugh, I did not... Look, geography, not it.
Not it.
Not my forte. I hate when people say fortes, but, you know.
And movies.
Yeah, just a lot of... You know, I'm not I'm a jack of all trades and other things. Just not those things, but... yeah, I didn't hear about that. That's cool though that they finally got it out. I didn't know that I got it. I wonder what's gonna happen now, like what the aftermath of that is.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure someone's gonna get fired, and then I'm pretty sure like some people are gonna get sued.
Someone's definitely losing their job.
Yeah, and then someone's getting sued.
Oh God, sure. I hope that didn't peak. Sorry.
The evergreen forever.
Yeah,
no.
Love that.
I saw
save the evergreen.
I saw a funny meme that was like how to save the evergreen, and then there's this photo of like a bunch of dogs digging. To try to
bunch of farm dogs out there digging holes.
I saw Godzilla picking it up and moving it. No, sorry, it's Godzilla and King Kong. Godzilla's on one end and King Kong's on the other, and they're picking it up.
Can you imagine? That's the ending to the movie on Thursday.
Wednesday, tomorrow.
Oh, who cares? We're not gonna watch it anyway.
Okay. And then there was just a bunch of funny memes, so it was hilarious. Anyways, I feel like that's all.
Should we wrap it?
I think so. We
really went on for a little bit longer than I thought we would, to be honest.
It started out with a nice little fight over radio.
It was not a fight. I like to call those discussions. As a communications major, I would like to remind you that it's very healthy to have those discussions. But will this go up? Who knows?
Also, guys, let us know, what do you guys think? Is radio going to go out of business, or...
Yeah, is radio...
Or it's going to be here
question.
Forever.
Here's the question. Yes. Answer, let us know what your thoughts are. Is radio going to live forever, or is it going to die? Plain and simple.
And also, please rate the podcast if you can on Apple Podcasts.
Hopefully this goes up and you enjoyed some of it, if not all of it, and let us know what we can improve on. If I was being too loud, also let me know. I love being loud. It's
you can be loud, but it's just not peaking on the microphone.
Well, so this is the first time I'm using this recorder, so I don't know how this works, but we'll get it. We'll get it. So, thanks so much for listening. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and if you did, subscribe, rate us, and we'll talk to you soon.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.